I see her. I'll let her know. What was your name again?
Brian.
Brian, what's your last name?
Turner.
Brian Turner, okay. Brian, you have a safe day, okay?
You too, thank you.
If you need anything else, give us a call, all right?
I'm calling the police.
You were detained.
I
Put
was
your hands behind
running
your back.
because she was outside.
Put your hands behind your back.
Let me call the police. Let me call the police.
I am the police.
Yeah, but let me call somebody who's done anything wrong. You're detaining me for no reason.
No, I did not. You started to run.
I run because she came outside. You have no reason to detain me. I stopped as
604
you
Wood
said.
Street. 604 Wood Street.
Go inside. Let me put my dog inside.
Okay, you can put your dog. Do not step inside.
Go inside, Ariel.
No,
Go inside. Remy, go inside.
Daddy!
Go inside. I'm going to shut the door.
Go,
Go inside. I'm going to shut the door. Go inside and stop crying.
Okay.
Dude,
Put your hand behind your back.
no, I'm not doing
Put your
anything.
hands behind your back.
No.
Put your hands.
Don't touch me.
Put your hands behind your back. I'm not doing this.
He's asking me. I haven't done anything.
Get on the
wrong.
fucking ground now.
I haven't
Put
done
your fucking
anything
hands.
I don't believe he was dispatched. So I believe that the officer screwed up.
Sir, as I've told you before, Senator Gately ethically cannot get involved with anything with the police in her district. It is a violation and a conflict of
So I've been calling Josh Stein for 2 years when he was the Attorney General, leaving messages about police corruption involving me and my children, the Gibsonville Police and the town of Alamance County. He's chosen to ignore me and not do anything. And every other time that I call, I don't get anywhere. And so I have evidence of corruption that you guys have chosen to ignore.
Okay. Well, your issue is with your county.
Jeffrey Smythe of the DOJ, he's the lead investigator. He's friends with the Gibsonville police chief that covered up the crimes. So essentially, on August 7th, 2022, and I reported this numerous times to the FBI. I don't know what's been done, but Officer Brennan.
All right, sir. If you reported this numerous times to the FBI, we have this information document. Thanks for calling.
Wait, I'm not finished. Please don't hang up on me. I have new information. I'm within the last maybe 6 months, and I've never gotten a call back. He assaulted me because I refused to answer questions during a consensual encounter. So I was initially charged with resisting arrest, assaulting an officer, and child abuse, despite the fact that he was on camera actually assaulting me, and that so that occurred. So basically, I reported the misconduct to the police chief. The police chief didn't take any action, and so I went to court, and then the judge found me guilty of assaulting the officer, despite the officer admitting he didn't have a legal basis to be at my house, let alone detain me. And then so I appealed the decision, and during the second appeal, the police had gotten their friend to lie. So this person wasn't there and didn't witness any of the things that he claimed to. I have evidence of this that's been documented thoroughly on TikTok and YouTube. So throughout this, the attorney that I had refused to defend me properly, and then I found out that he was Facebook friends with the police chief. What I mean by that is he didn't cross-examine the witnesses that were clearly lying. So the prosecutor knew that they were lying and still asked. What they said was, I fought an officer for 20 minutes. So the video, there's all but 3 minutes is on the footage. So clearly they were lying. And so because my lawyer failed to advocate for me, I ended up pleading to an obstruction charge because my lawyer wasn't advocating for me and no one was doing anything. So later on, I tried to sue the person that lied on me because it was him, his son, and somebody else. And I had evidence, and doing this, the magistrate refused to take action. He refused to hear my evidence and dismissed the case. I filed many complaints with the DOJ. As a matter of fact, Jeffrey Smythe, who's the DOJ Civil Rights Director, is Facebook friends with the police chief. He told me that he don't believe they would do anything, despite the evidence being out in the open, and dismissed my claims. He's actually blackballed me, so whenever I call, no one picks up. I've called the SBI. They told me they couldn't get involved unless they were invited, which is partially true. They could get involved in certain cases. I've spoken with the Attorney General, who won't get involved. I keep getting excuses. I've spoken with Josh Stein's office, who won't get involved. And so the family that lied, and this actually started beyond that, after they discovered I was biracial, when they asked my wife. So this wasn't just an isolated thing. The family used the police to harass me, and I have documented evidence of this. And then when they assaulted me, they lied. This same family lied for the officer. Documented. I have all the connections documented. I have everything documented. And instead of doing anything, people disregard my claims. People ignore me. I know that Ted Budd or somebody could call for an internal investigation. Right now, what's going on is one of the people, and
we don't have anything to do with a local police department.
Yeah, that's untrue. That's actually not true. But this is good because when I file a federal lawsuit, I'm going to make sure that this is used. That all the agencies that I reached out to, all the senators that I reached out to, chose to not take action and give me excuses. You guys are getting paid by taxpayer dollars to serve the citizens. Yet you keep delegating your responsibilities to other people in a way to not do your jobs and to protect your friends. And that shit's gonna stop. So tell me that you can't help, so that way I can have it recorded.
You're not gonna use that kind of language on the phone with me.
Yeah, she doesn't care about anything else, but I say a curse word, and now it's a problem. So you go ahead and tell me what you can do, or what you will do.
Okay, yeah, I mean, this is a legal issue. Unfortunately, like I said, we don't have jurisdiction over local
That's not true.
Police departments or sheriff's departments. So, I mean, unfortunately, we just...
And you said this was Senator Phil Berger's office?
Yes.
That's out of North Carolina?
Yep.
Yeah, Phil Berger actually elected Gibsonville Police Chief Ron Parrish to basically review police complaints. I'm not sure what it is. Oddly enough, Ron Parrish actually took part in concealing police misconduct. So essentially what I'm speaking about is a Gibsonville officer attacked me because I didn't want to speak to him and I didn't have to. So then he fabricated a police report claiming he was caught out to my house. So during the first trial in Alamance County, they refused to, my lawyer refused to do anything despite acknowledging that I was innocent. So I ended up getting found guilty of assaulting an officer and obstruction, despite the fact that even if he wasn't lying about being dispatched because of arguing, it's not a crime. So during the appeal trial, Ron Parrish's Facebook friend, John Cox, was my lawyer. Didn't tell me that they were Facebook friends. He refused to take action against the people that Ron Parrish had lied. So basically, they testified about me assaulting an officer for 20 minutes, which didn't happen. It's clearly on camera, and they weren't even in the report.
My name is Brian Turner. My address is 604 Wood Street, and that's Gibsonville. Not really a question, but it's a concern. May I speak? So going back to August 7, 2022, I was assaulted and harassed by the Gibsonville police. I contacted Ben Baxley. I contacted this guy right here. I contacted Rebecca Dixon. Ben actually threatened me with harassment charges instead of anybody looking into what had happened. Right here, I have footage of the witness that the Gibsonville police got to lie for the police, saying I assaulted the officer. I have the footage of the witness talking to an officer outside my house. I've been dealing with this for 2.5 years. I've been reaching out to y'all. Ben Baxley went out of his way to try to talk to me. All of y'all have. I've reached out to you, hung up on me. You as well, Miss Finelli. You have. You, Brian, Chris, and you, Tansley Mitchell. All of y'all had a duty to the people. I've done nothing wrong. And for 2 years, I've been seeking help, justice for what happened to me. And every one of y'all have ignored me. I didn't contact you, sir, but every one of these people I have, you especially, had the DA threatened with harassment charges instead of doing his job. So my question is, what are y'all going to do about it? Because I have footage of everything. I have evidence of everything that I'm showing, and I've been posting it online for 2 years. 2 years. My daughter has PTSD because the officer went up to her and put a gun in her face. He was called out to my house because of lying neighbors claiming my wife and I were arguing, which we weren't even home at the time. We've been doing this for 2 years. For 2 years, and all y'all put this pretend image to be caring people. You, Brian Chris, I love black people. I'm a quarter black. That's the reason why the police was called on me, because Clarence Owens' family had been using the police to harass me. For 2 years, prior to this stuff happened, I complained. I filed a complaint with Brian Chris about Clarence Owens doing stuff, but the stuff my daughter says, about the other stuff. He said he would look after and then ignored me. All y'all did the same thing. Privately, you guys have ignored me and my family. I've lost everything. I went from thriving. I moved here 5 years ago, and it was the best day of my life. But then after what happened to me, it's been terrible. And instead of addressing it, you sit there and you pretend like it doesn't exist. All of your aldermen, Paul Dean specifically hung up on me. You guys are all supposed to be members of the public, looking out and you're looking as if you don't know what I'm talking about. I have evidence for everything. Well, as far as in the DA threatening me, you guys have a duty to the public. You publicly pretend to care about people with these things and the wars and stuff, but meanwhile, privately, you let stuff like this go on. I went and filed complaints. And then, all of y'all have ignored me. Mr. Parrish, all of y'all. And so my question is, what are you guys going to do? Are you guys going to keep ignoring me and hope this thing goes away, or are you going to take action? Because I'm an innocent person. I didn't do anything wrong. I did nothing wrong. I was on my property, minding my business when I was attacked. And then they blocked me on Facebook. I have proof of that, which is unconstitutional.
Okay.
Is anybody going to say anything? Is this recorded?
It's recorded.
So is anybody going to address that, or are y'all not going to do anything? That's why I came to show up.
I'm not.
Y'all not going to do anything about that, and you're not going to ask for the evidence or anything?
We have staff to take care of issues like this,
I reported it, and no one's done anything.
and they'll handle it,
I've been reporting it for 2.5 years.
and they'll take care of it.
So, in other words, just so everybody watching, they do not care.
Your 3 minutes are about up.
I'm done now. Take care.
Thank you.
Your failure to abide by this directive will result in your arrest and prosecution of criminal trespass among any other crimes which may be committed. Please abide by this directive in order to avoid any unnecessary arrest and prosecution of you. Thank you.